Hey everyone, it's Justine and welcome to a new video in which I'm going to chat about my 7 favorite background dies at the moment. Each one of these cards that I create in this video took less than 5 minutes to make, which is why I really love background dies. Even though they can be a little bit pricey at times, they really make quick and easy cards when they're finished. My first card here is going to feature the Right at Home Stitches Scallop Die, and this one here has a border around it as well as the piece inside, and what it does is it cuts the rectangle around for your card panel and then cuts stitches around the area with that scallop, so it's actually not cutting that scallop out. And then the inner piece, the circle will cut out completely, but the stitches around the center stay just embedded in the cardstock. I'm going to be using some Gina Designs Applemint cardstock here as I run this through my die cutting machine. Throughout the video, I'm using my Gemini Junior die cutting machine off screen in order to die cut everything because I think it just cuts like butter and everything just falls out of the dies. So you can see now when I remove the die, as soon as I remove the purple tape, the inner piece is centered out and it's cut out as well as the outside. I also die cut this in white so I could interchange the pieces in my final card. I love the design that it creates around it, and it's just so whimsical and fun, and it's something really unique. The next one is the Confetti card from Concord and 9th. It comes with this fun squiggly line border as well as these confetti pieces. So you can remove the middle piece if you like. If you want to put a sentiment in the middle, you can add the middle piece so you get an entire background. You can use this middle confetti sheet here to get 2 consistent backgrounds. It's completely up to you on how you cut it. So I am using some lemon drop cardstock from Gina Designs to cut this out, and you'll see that it cuts this really pretty sort of pink, it reminds me of Pinking Shears sort of background here, and then it has the confetti all cut out and ready to go. And you can see how with the Gemini Junior, the small intricate pieces just really fell out of them, and only a couple of them stuck in there, but I was able to remove them with just my fingers. So it proves just how amazing this die cutting machine is. The third one that I've really been enjoying are Spellbinder's Layers of Florals. I've been really loving layering dies lately. I love layering stamps, so it was no surprise when I liked layering dies. Now this one here works as a set, so I'm going to cut it out in white, Applemint, and lemon drop. Each layer has a little bit more of a solid area than the last, and when you put them all together after you finish die cutting, they make such a beautiful area on your card and a beautiful focal point. I ended up attaching these to the front of my card base in order to make my final result of my card. The next die that is another personal favorite of mine is this one from Birch Press. It is the Prism Triangle die, and it also creates a very stunning background, but only half a background. So you could have it and die cut it twice to make a beautiful square card and have the entire background covered, but I'm going to use a piece of A2 size black cardstock here and attach it to the corner and show you how it die cuts this really elegant background. Sticking with Birch Press Designs, there is also this really beautiful triangle fade frame that it goes from large triangles to smaller triangles with a larger solid line in between. I'm going to use my tool in one folder here from Spellbinders to just help me get out some of those pieces, but they just really fall out like butter. I cut these in both Peach Bellini and Lemon Drop cardstock to make 2 cards. The next one here is from My Favorite Things, and it is the Horizontal Cover Up die. I love that this creates a whole area on my entire cardstock. I went ahead and used my Distress Oxide inks in order to ink up a background. I used some squeezed lemonade, carved pumpkin, and picked raspberry, which is my 3 go-to colors, and I used my blending tool to apply the color to my background. I actually created 2 panels like this for 2 different dies. This is going to ensure that I get a 2-for-1 card out of this die. So I'm going to die cut the horizontal die from My Favorite Things 2 times, one using white cardstock and one for this background. Be sure to save all the pieces after you finish die cutting because we'll be using both the inside pieces as well as the frames on both the inked cardstock as well as the white. The last die here is the Catherine Pooler Designs Stained Glass die. I have another video on it that's one of my favorites that I've ever done, and I'll link that below in the video description if you'd like to check it out. So instead of adding this to my cardstock directly, I decided to add a piece of vellum in between. And remember I said that I created 2 of those distress inked backgrounds? Well, the reason why is because I added it underneath the vellum for this card for a nice subtle look that didn't distract from the sentiment or the background die itself. So let's take a look at the cards when they're onto some card bases. Here's the Confetti. This is the horizontal cover-up die. In 2, you can see I got 2 cards for the price of 1 with that one. And then we have the ones from Birch Press, the Prism Triangle and Triangle Fade frames in 2 different colors. The Spellbinders, Layers of Florals die, that's so gorgeous. Catherine Pooler's Stained Glass, as well as the Scallop Stitches from Right at Home. You'll also see here how I took that distress background here and I added that in between my card base and the vellum to create a very subtle look. Very, very beautiful technique. Now I wanted to show you how I finished off all the cards. I just added dies, so I'll tell you which ones. This one here is the Big Friends Sugar Script die, and I used these on several of the cards, as you can see. I love this die and this font from Birch Press. This is Hooray from Catherine Pooler Designs. Celebrate and Thank You are both from Right at Home, and they are these scripty sentiments that are so gorgeous with the shadow. The Pretty Pink Posh Scripty Thank You die is perfect for a very subtle script die. Fabulous Friends from Concord and Ninth. And lastly, this Big Hugs and Party die from My Favorite Things. So all that was some die cutting and then gluing, so I didn't bother showing that off in the video. But I really hope that you enjoyed all of these background dies and show you how easy it is to create a beautiful, intricate looking card without a lot of effort. All it was a simple die cut of the background and die cut of the sentiment. Each of these cards takes less than 5 minutes and is just so much fun when they're all finished and look super professional. And I hope you are inspired to create some of your own with different background dies. If you're interested at all in checking out some other videos, you are welcome to check out one below that is of my favorite stamps to create cards in just 5 minutes. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell so you'll be notified when my next video comes out. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and rest of the week. Bye-bye.